Okay, welcome to our latest Hoopscast. We're here in Austin, Texas at the Frank Irwin Center where Florida dispatched the Northwestern State tonight. You know, it's funny, all around the country we're seeing all these upsets, and even as Florida was playing, they were showing the Florida Gulf Coast win over Georgetown. They were actually showing the last minutes of it. And for a while, Florida was in a little bit of trouble. Certainly the halfway up 8, and then right away they're only up 4, but then just cranked up the defense and just started hitting the boards.
Yeah, Patrick Young called it the junkyard mentality, junkyard dog mentality on defense, where they really got after it and really kind of flustered Northwestern State into some bad shot attempts. And you know, offensively they did a good job too in the paint, 44-22, outscoring Northwestern State inside. You know, Eric Murphy got some buckets, Patrick Young got some buckets, they got some putbacks, and they really took advantage of the physical advantages they had against the Demons.
They were fun to watch, Northwestern State, when they bring those hockey lines out there, 5 subs in, 5 subs out. You know, I like their coach a lot too, Mike McConaughey, really nice guy. He actually thanked us for the coverage when he left here, but he said he knew they were in trouble when he walked on the court, and he said the tape did not show me how long Florida was. He was surprised at their length, and that's what they were able to take advantage of right from the start. Billy didn't want to get into a situation where they were jacking up threes. Northwestern State had transition coming back, getting easy shots, but still, even with that going on, in the first half, Florida's interior defense almost as bad as it was against Ole Miss. They were having trouble giving up way too many layups.
Yeah, Scotty Wilbekin talked about that. He thought that they were kind of getting on each other a little bit for some of the defensive breakdowns. Patrick Young thought they were so focused on getting back in transition that once they got there, they weren't really as locked in as they should have been. And I think those things, those two areas were really corrected in the second half. Yeah,
they were just kind of getting, like Billy said, they weren't building a wall around the ball. They were just all right, running back, get back, and then just kind of forgetting what they were supposed to be doing. But once they did that, they had no trouble in the second half. And of course, offensively, Murphy and Young were the story with 34 points between them. Obviously, Florida played really well in the second half. I know there were a lot of Gator fans back in Gainesville, and the Gator Nation a little bit concerned at halftime and early in that half. But there was just a point in the game where you just kind of went, oh, they can score all they want. It's just a matter of can they stop them, and once they stopped him, it was over.
And I think Rosario and Boynton getting into foul trouble in the first half, you know, kind of threw him out of whack offensively, and Frazier kind of had struggled really shooting the basketball. I think he was 0 4 from 3.
Everything was short.
And you know, 7-21 for the game, 33%, not great, but you know, adjusting to a new building, a new arena, you know, maybe those percentages will pick up on Sunday, no matter who they face, whether it be UCLA or Minnesota.
Well, it'll be interesting to see which one they face. It'll also be interesting to see what the story is with Mike Rosario. In the very first play of the first half, he didn't box out. They got an easy rebound, and he sat almost the whole second half. Came in at the end. When he did come in at the end, he decided, I'm going to get mine, and took a couple of threes. And yeah, I just, you know, here he is, his senior year, his last part of his career, and there's still that conflict sometimes that comes out.
You know, and I talked to him in the locker room about it, and he said he kind of knew, he understood why he was benched. And the one thing you could say about Mike is when he kind of knows he's in those moments, he understands, and he's still a team guy. He's kind of cheering his guys on the bench and stuff. So it's not like he carried like a terrible attitude in there, but they're going to need him and basically everyone to step up on Sunday if they want to advance.
It's not supposed to be easy, but again, Florida's alive, and a lot of teams that surprisingly, you know, whether you're Georgetown or New Mexico or anybody. I mean, Wisconsin looked awful today. So the Gators survive and advance, and that's all you want to do at this time. We'll be back with you again on Sunday. We'll talk about Florida's game against one of the above. We're not sure which one it'll be right now as we sit here. It's halftime. Minnesota up by 10 or 11 right now. So maybe it's Minnesota. We'll see. Could be Billy versus Tubby. Could be Billy versus Ben Howland. Either way, it's somebody he knows very well.
Well, you know, Minnesota is very physical on the boards too. That could present a tough matchup if that were to happen.
Yeah. But if they you know, if Florida can score, you know, you can't rebound missed shots, right?
Yeah. No
we'll be back with you Sunday from Austin, Texas, and thank everybody for clicking on. Until then, this is Pat Dooley of the Gainesville Sun and Kevin Brockway of the Gainesville Sun saying so long from Austin.